Buddy,
Hey.
we're going to do a show for you.
Nick.
Ah, yes. It's all over the road. New Orleans, our March Madness special that you've been anticipating. Ah, baby. Oh, baby, it's a type of dandy time. It's time to think right there. What? Brother Michael.
The Q's finally made the discussion.
Syracuse made the discussion.
This is as close as they get to the tournament right here.
Ted Semper. Hello, Teddy.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Wait a minute. Let me get a better level on Teddy. Go ahead. Say it again. Wait, go get Ted.
Just 1, 2, 1,
There you
2.
go. The music's too loud. Of course, I've always got the music too loud.
He's always got the blasting music.
Now, we were talking before we went on. Michael was saying, Teddy, do you know anything about college basketball? And Ted says no, although he was born in Indiana.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me. French Lick.
That's about it.
French Lick.
You weren't born in French Lick, were you?
No, not French Lick. I was born up in Northwest Indiana. But I've been to French Lick. I have.
Let me tell you something.
French
It's a
Lick.
great place.
French Lick has exploded. It's a tourist
Yeah.
attraction.
I heard like radio commercials the other. I heard one yesterday for French Lick, Indiana.
Well, they got world
going
champion
on?
golf courses. Larry Bird's home.
Larry Bird. Yeah, that's right.
I just want to go in there and shoot some baskets. Somebody's backyard. Something like that. French
We're,
Lick.
we're thrilled in the Music
Good enough
City
for
to
me.
have the king of podcasts coming soon to shoot some hoops in the backyard and watch a little madness with us.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Yes, I am. I'll be coming to Nashville on the, I guess next week, right?
Yeah.
Nick's all ready for me, Michael's son. And I'm going to have to lay a little discipline down on him because he's been extremely disrespectful to his
He's
uncle.
ready to
Victor.
discipline you, Nick. He's wanting
boy.
to discipline you.
Can you hear that, guys?
That's courtesy of Nick.
Nick
Yeah.
gave me that. It's a squeakiness. All right, let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Michael.
Yeah.
Before we get to it, can we have a little brief discussion about something that makes no sense to me?
I'm going to be on Nashville. I'm going to be on the show on WTN Super Talk. I'm going to be
that
on
makes
there
sense to me.
Monday, the 28th. Me and Michael. Have you been running the promos yet, Michael?
The promos have not been edited and running. The
And
billboards
management,
are up.
the billboards are up.
We're sitting here, and I realize I'm going to give a Tennessee perspective here, but the Tennessee Vols had a great season. They had a great tournament. They won the SEC championship. They're ranked 5th in the final
17-4 in conference.
Yeah, I mean,
Not bad.
dominate the SEC. Then under them is Kentucky, who they beat in the tournament and in the regular season. Auburn, who got knocked out. Duke, who got knocked out early.
Are you going to whine? Are you going to whine like all the Tennessee people are whining right now?
Well, I'm just.
Because-
I had them a number 1 seed, or forgivably, like Nova number 2. They end up a number 3 seed. But I see this from a lot of different perspectives. It's as if the tournaments didn't matter to the selection committee. And maybe they're trying to piece together some magic, but it was bizarre, the seeding itself. But with the seeding that we have, we will start our preview.
Well, I think what they try to do, or what they'll say, that they say that they're trying to do. What's this? My squeaking's over. So let me get rid of this. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to anticipate and get some matchups.
Apparently, he was on a questionable website.
No, it's just something that came on after the squeaking. Nick sent that to me.
Oh, that's the squeaking sneakers.
It was the squeak, and
Yeah.
it was the squeak. And,
Something a little off color happens at the end of that.
yeah, something happens.
good thing we're
play
just
it
on
again.
the
Let me play it
internet.
again. Here, we'll play it
On the
again. It says
internet.
shoe squeaking on floor sound effect. 10 minutes. I said it was 10 minutes. We weren't going 10 minutes.
No.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
We're trying to get in the mood we were trying to find squeaky. I like that shirt, Final Four Qs.
That's when I went to the Houston one. I went to the Final Four in 2016 in Houston, and what I found out about Houston was it's not New Orleans, and they don't know how to configure their big stadium. So what happened was there was like 5,000 decent seats and
The rest are
75,000 crappy ones.
Yep.
So I got to experience that, but Cuse was in it, but they lost.
Are we going to be
The first
telling
game.
any Big Brother Vic stories today? Because we could
No,
tell.
no.
We
No,
can
we're gonna-
tell what it involves Indiana for him, Syracuse for you, and the Final Four for New Orleans.
Okay, well, we'll discuss it, but we're just gonna have to we're gonna have to just repeat it when I come in town. But no, we'll just get about the one when I kicked the guys out of the seats.
Out of the seats they had tickets for.
No, they did not have tickets. They did not have tickets. Okay, here's the story. All right. Me and Michael are at the Final Four. I think Bobby was with us. Was Bobby with us?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so it was the three of us, the three brothers, and we're at the Final Four.
Yeah. And where was it at?
It was
At
in
the
the
Superdome.
Superdome. And yeah, again, you
Okay.
hit even with the good.
That was the Michael
configuration.
Jordan when Michael Jordan hit the shot.
You were
no,
there?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was the guy from Indiana.
Oh, Keith
Indiana
Smart.
won with the finals. Keith Smart. Or
Keith
was it
Smart. Keith Smart hit the shot. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know who they were playing. Were they playing
Hughes?
They were playing Syracuse.
That's why we were
that's
there.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. I think that was 85 or something, wasn't it? 85, something like that.
No, that would have been 80. Yeah, 84, 85, somewhere in there.
Okay. So we're at the game, and we got real crappy seats. All right. So we started looking around. In those days, you could kind of jump around, and it wasn't so hard to change seats, and ushers weren't so anal. But so we're at the game, and so I start looking around, and I say, "Hey, let's just look for some guys that look nervous." And that's what I said, Michael. Let's look for some guys.
Well, no, at first when we were way up high, we looked down, we could see the empty seats, and they hadn't come yet. And then it was, all right, well, let's go down and go in there. And I was like, well, Vic, they're going to just show up, once the first half starts, and then what? We look like idiots. He said, no. And then when we got there, then they were there, and they appeared in your discernment. Even that you had discernment. They seemed nervous and unsure, and he called their bluff.
I did. I said, hey, you guys are in our seat. I had my ticket stub in my hand. And I was going, hey, guys, are these your seats? These are our seats. And then they got up and they left, and we had the seats. I don't know.
Did he give you no resistance or anything?
I've been at games before when I've been sitting in the wrong seats, and people come in the fourth quarter with their tickets.
Right, I hate that.
I missed 3 quarters. I mean, at that point, I said, where the heck have you been?
It was
at this point, I've earned the seat.
Ted, it was such a heartbreaking finish. Indiana just stole the championship right out of Syracuse's hand, and we had to be close to see it. I would have rather been in the rafters and not seen Smart hit that shot. And then we all walked out with our heads down. But that was that's the finality of the champion, folks. And then you got to get to that game.
Okay, let's get to it. Now, I got to tell you,
that's a nice printout you did.
Let me just say this about this tournament. And it's not a tournament, it's a tournament. Okay.
Tournament.
Normally, two chalk horses, two chalk teams get to the Final Four. Now, chalk is a horse racing term. Of course, I love the ponies, which means they're the favorite. So on average, 2 of the 1 seeds are going to get in. So the 1 seeds are Arizona, Gonzaga, Baylor. I don't know. Baylor,
Kansas. Well, all this is garbage.
Isn't Baylor and Kansas in the same conference? No.
But and OU beat Baylor. And OU didn't even. It's as if they didn't watch the tournaments or they didn't matter at all. That's a whole other gripe. But
if you look at the second round, though, it creates matchups.
Which is what I think they were more interested
in. Exactly. They're looking for ratings, TV, money, matchups. Okay, now
they're setting the dance.
Is there any way? Now, this happened a couple years ago, I think. I can't remember who it was, but is there any way, Michael, do you think any 16 can beat a 1? No.
I have no 16s beating 1s. I'll tell you, and I was just going to say, it's your show, but I would just say, I think this has been a year of unexpected. I would say this is the most non-chalk pro Cinderella tournament we've ever started, where anybody can beat anybody. I remember it was 3 weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all lost on the same Saturday. We came back on Monday, and 4 and 6 lost again. That's how crazy it's been. And we saw that through all the conference tournaments, a lot of surprises. What bothered me is I have all those surprises early, and then when it's all said and done, when I get down to the Final Four, don't I have 3 out of 4 1s? I don't know how you get around. Arizona, I think, is dead.
I've got a sleeper team that I put in. Okay, I actually have a sleeper team in the Elite 8.
Well, I had Virginia Tech making it to the Final Four. I originally had Tennessee. And then I couldn't put Tennessee there over Arizona. And USC. Okay. USC is one I think will be there in the Elite 8.
I don't, because they're just a bad tournament team. They were good last year, because remember they had. But
who's a sleeper? We're gonna go.
Okay, well we're gonna go by the brackets. Let's go by the brackets, okay? Hold on a second.
Sneakers are still squeaky.
The sneakers are.
It's like a pesky guy on defense.
I bet it's UAB. Is it UAB?
No, it's not. But a lot of people are picking the UAB, but I'm not one of them.
Could you stand up right now and show everybody how you played pesky D? Could you show
me? No, I can't. I can't.
What's pesky D? What is that?
Pesky defense.
Get right on it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to start in the, I guess the West? We're going to start in the West. Michael, let's start in the West. Okay, let's start in the West.
Here's your classic of a 16 can't beat a 1. Although, look, Georgia Tech.
A little kiss on the backbone, a little kiss. Oh, score. Was that Rafferty? A little kiss.
Kiss off the glass.
Kiss.
The number 1 seed is Gonzaga taking on the 16 seed Georgia State. I think we're all unanimous on Gonzaga, right?
Gonzaga, yes.
Memphis, Boise State is next. That's an 8 versus a 9. Memphis being the 9. Vic is very high on Memphis.
I'm high on Memphis. I'm high on. I got Memphis winning this game, but then I have their luck running out when they play, because if they win this game, Memphis then they got to play Gonzaga. So, I mean, that's it for Memphis.
And you have issues with Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. Well, Penny, I've got an inside track in Memphis. I've been to their facility. I actually did a press conference in the facility. If you go on the website, on the Facebook site, you can see when I was in their facility. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Teddy.
Hey, didn't we go to a game in Memphis, or was that Memphis State? Me and you.
Memphis State is Memphis. Which, by the way, they were wearing Memphis State jerseys the other day.
Yeah, the throwback.
I remember that. I remember. We were sitting in our own very seats, too. I remember.
That's right. Now listen. Here's the deal, okay? They went from...
You're right about that.
Oh, what the hell? Stick with it. So anyway, Memphis was Memphis State, and then they went to Memphis University. But this year they brought back these throwback uniforms that say Memphis State, and they've been very good when they wear those uniforms. So I assume they're going to wear those uniforms throughout the tournament. But their tournament's going to be just one game, and they're going to be out because they got to play Gonzaga, and that's just they can't.
Is Teddy contributing at all? Have you filled out a bracket?
I just fill in, here and there.
You're filling in as we go.
By the way, I looked up that year. You were almost right when you guys went to the Superdome. It was 87.
Oh, okay. 87. Okay.
Yeah. You said 85, but you were very close.
Time flies when you're on diet pills.
I'll contribute things like that. Things like
a diet pill right now. I'm feeling a little.
If there's a question, a stat that you don't know, I'll look it up.
Okay. All right. So we got Gonzaga winning, and we got Memphis winning.
All right, here, let's go to the next one because this is interesting.
Okay. That's right. Michael, why don't you bring us through it?
No, I was just going to say, I'm sure you're on UConn. This is I don't know what the magic is about 12 over 5s, but it happens every year. And you can count on one or two of them.
I'm on New Mexico State. I'm on New
Mexico State, too.
And you know why? Because I saw UConn play a lot this year, and they stink. And, they played a horrible Seton Hall team, which somehow made the tournament because they all have good records out there in the East because they all stink. I mean, except for Villanova.
Right.
But,
it's good.
But UConn switched conference. UConn used to be in Memphis's conference, in the American Conference, and then they switched to, what are they now, Big East?
Big East for basketball was the reason. Yeah.
So, no, New Mexico State is one of my sleeper picks. I have New Mexico State beating UConn.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then here comes Arkansas. Arkansas has been a kingslayer all year long. Mm-hmm. Could they sleep through Vermont? Could they lose to something like Vermont? And of course not.
Never.
We're all on the Hogs. Alabama, Rutgers.
Well, we don't know it's Rutgers.
Oh, Notre Dame or Rutgers. That's right.
I think Rutgers will win tonight.
I do too.
So you assume just like I did, Rutgers. My alma mater. It's my alma mater, Rutgers.
I forgot.
Yes.
LinkedIn.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I've got Rutgers beating Alabama. Alabama looks like garbage to me lately.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got Alabama winning. Yeah, because I think that Notre Dame's going to take a lot out of Rutgers, and I just think, I think that I don't think they're going to go any further. I'm gonna go with the SEC on that. So I got Alabama winning.
Teddy, you're the tiebreaker.
What do you like, Rutgers or?
I'm going to go with Alabama.
Okay, good. So there we go. Thank you, Teddy.
Didn't LSU beat Alabama this year, though?
LSU plays like 4 personalities in a single game.
Yeah, they don't have a coach. LSU's not going to win any games. I got LSU. I got LSU losing
before a tournament.
Yeah, I got LSU losing.
Right I'm talking about like in the season somewhere.
Well, LSU, we're going to get that's in the East, Teddy. But LSU, your boys are playing Iowa State. LSU's a 6. Iowa State's an 11. I got Iowa State winning.
Let me put this in perspective, Teddy. Vanderbilt beat Alabama in the SEC tournament.
You'll be right about that. I took Alabama over Rutgers because either way I win because that's my alma mater, and if I win, if you lose, I'm disappointed.
Montana State could they take out Texas Tech? I'd always love good strong guard play in March Madness, and boy, does Texas Tech have it. Texas Tech
is really good.
Texas
Tech is really
easy win. All right, this one's interesting, and I won't speak. The next one is a 7 seed versus a 10. Old Sparty in Michigan State against Davidson.
Well, I got to go with State. It's my heart.
I went with State. My son talked me into Davidson. I'm going Davidson.
Oh, come on.
I have no respect for the Big Ten.
No way.
Eddie, what are you going to do?
Izzo's not going to lose to Davidson.
It's definitely Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State on that one.
And the last one in the West is Duke and Cal State.
No. We got Duke. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Duke
and everybody's on Duke.
Yeah, everybody's on Duke. Everybody's okay. So now we go to the what is that? It's
East.
The West. It's the
the other side is the South.
Now we're going to the East. Baylor.
So we jump over. We jump over to the right. We jump over to the right, Michael, on the bracket.
Yeah,
is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Okay. So Baylor, Norfolk State. I mean Baylor. Come on.
Yeah, Baylor
hasn't had the complete season or met the. It didn't matter to obviously they gave him a number 1 seed, but They struggled in some big games. They're not going to struggle against Norfolk State. I don't even think we want to spend much time on that. North Carolina, the Tar Heels, and Marquette. There's an 8
now
versus 9.
Marquette beat them in the regular season by 13 points. But I think North Carolina's rolling. I mean, they went in and beat Duke, the final Coach K's final game at Cameron Arena, and I think they're rolling. Not only do I have North Carolina beating Baylor or North Carolina beating Marquette, I got them beating Baylor, and then I got them losing to UCLA. You know, I love the the Golden Bears. I love UCLA.
I got Baylor moving on to take on UCLA. Okay, so, I do like them in that round one. Very easy against Marquette. They should be strong against Marquette. Here's your Hoosiers, Indiana against St. Mary's.
No, Hoosiers. It's St. Mary's, Wyoming, isn't it? Oh, it's Indiana. That's right, because Indiana won.
Yeah, Indiana.
I forgot about. I thought that's well. Anyway, whether it's Wyoming or Indiana, which it's Indiana, I got St. Mary's winning that game.
Teddy,
you know where St. Mary's is, Teddy? Do you know where?
Not really. St. Mary or St. Mary's College, West. Right? St. Mary's College.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a Billy Joel song. UCLA, Akron.
Do you know where St. Mary's is, Michael?
St. Mary's is in the Chicagoland area, isn't it?
No.
Where is St. Mary's?
St. Mary's is in Oakland.
Is it really?
Yes.
St. Mary's College.
Might as well be the University of Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got St. Mary's beating Indiana. I got UCLA. UCLA beating Akron.
All right.
I got Tech with you, Michael, beating Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Although that's 11 versus a 6. Texas just doesn't do anything for me.
No.
I don't know. They got a good coach. They got a good coach, though.
I'll tell you, the Vic was high on all year long. Purdue. You love the Boilermakers.
I love the Boilermakers early in the year. I got them winning against Yale, obviously. And
careful with the obviously. Let me tell you something.
No.
Yale can pop threes like you can't imagine. I got Purdue. But I'm telling you, I'm holding my breath on this one.
I think that game could be competitive. It could be competitive.
A lot closer than you think. Here's the next one, San Francisco, Murray State.
Murray State, of course, is the place that put out that Morant guy who's playing for the Grizzlies. He's eating up the NBA. It's a good basketball school. Okay, I will say that. But, I don't know. I'm picking an upset here in San Francisco because I think that conference is a strong conference. You got San Francisco, you got St. Mary's, you got Gonzaga. They all play in that conference. There's good teams in that conference. Is BYU in that conference? I don't know. No.
Well, Murray State is recruiting Nick, my son. So I'm going to go with Murray State. But I actually think Murray State, I like Murray State.
Is he getting a smart-ass scholarship? Is that what he's getting? Smart-ass scholarship? Nick?
Not far from Memphis scholarship.
Jeez.
And then we all like Kentucky, right? I mean,
yeah, we all like
him wrong, but I like him in round one.
All right. Do you like Murray State?
I went with Murray State. I think it's a coin toss, but I went with Murray State.
All right. Before we head over to the right side, let's do the Sweet 16 games in this same bracket.
I just want to offer a correction. St. Mary's is located in San Antonio, Texas.
No, that's another St. Mary's, not this St. Mary's. This St. Mary's is in Oakland.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry.
Well, you don't know. You're not following basketball. So I just know.
I looked up St. Mary's.
There's a bunch of St. Mary's.
San Antonio.
There's St. Mary's in New Orleans. There's a St. Mary's here.
Is there really?
Yeah, there's St. Mary's.
So if we switch to the Sweet 16 in the East, that's what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
I got Baylor, UCLA, and I've got Baylor winning.
Wait a minute. Baylor
Elite Eight.
No, go back up to the Gonzaga.
Oh, you want to go all the way back up?
Yeah, let's go all the way back up. Okay, see, I have Gonzaga, Memphis. You have Gonzaga, Memphis?
I have Gonzaga, Arkansas. I think Arkansas's got enough fight to make it to the Sweet 16, but not the Elite Eight.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You got to pick the second round first. You're going to Sweet 16. Let's pick the second round. You got Gonzaga beating Georgia State. You got Memphis beating Boise State, right? Do you have that? That's what I have.
I have Gonzaga in the round of 32. I have Gonzaga beating Memphis, and I have New Mexico State losing to Arkansas.
All right. I got Gonzaga beating Memphis, unfortunately. And I've got New Mexico State, or I got Arkansas beating New Mexico State. I got New Mexico State beating UConn, but then Arkansas winning.
This is where I have Texas Tech winning over what I think will be Rutgers. And then I have Duke beating Davidson. You have Duke beating
Michigan State,
but the same outcome. And then below that would be Baylor over North Carolina. I think that's going to be.
I got North Carolina in that one. I got North Carolina.
You got recent on your side. I'm going to go with the whole program, the whole season, and think of one can hold off an 8. But I completely understand with going with the Tar Heels. But
I love that Tar Heel game. I don't know how you bet that game, but if I could bet it, I'm betting it. I think North Carolina is a lock in that game.
Further review, should we switch that one? Did you go with North Carolina there, or no? You went.
Let me see Nick's face. It's a face made for juvenile delinquency.
See him
There it
down.
is.
He's down on the floor.
Nick's on the floor.
There it is. It's a face made for delinquency, juvenile delinquency.
He's
There it is.
He's not punished.
That's what it is right there. That's my boy, Nick. I'm coming, Nick. I'm a-coming.
Vic's coming.
You want to do a show on free agency in baseball? He could light you up right now. There's been a lot of moves.
Are the Tigers going to get anybody else? They got Baez. Are they going to get anybody else?
Tigers,
Detroit?
anybody besides Baez? What are the rumors, Nick? Oh,
What's he say?
he said they suck.
The
Well,
Tigers.
We won almost 80 games last year with no players. We have a good coach. He knows how to win. He knows how to cheat. So if you're not cheating in baseball, you ain't trying.
I have Baylor over North Carolina. You got the Tar Heels, Ted?
I got the Tar Heels. Yeah, I got the Tar Heels.
Switch, but what are you doing, Teddy? Whatever Vic says, right?
No, the opposite of what Vic says, pretty much.
All right, so then you're on.
You got Purdue. You got Virginia Tech.
St. Mary's.
You got Virginia Tech beating Purdue. You got Virginia Tech beating Purdue.
I do.
I always go with the Indiana team, so Purdue is going to win. Yes.
You got Purdue too, Michael?
I'm going with Virginia Tech. I think they are a great basketball team.
Okay, so you got Baylor, UCLA. Who do you got in Baylor, UCLA? I got North Carolina, UCLA. But
I have now you're to the Sweet 16, and I have Baylor beating UCLA, and I have Virginia Tech beating Kentucky.
I have UCLA beating North Carolina, and I have Kentucky beating Purdue.
And
let me tell you something about Kentucky. They were awful in the beginning of the year. They were awful. They were way under 500. They were awful.
They weren't that exciting in the SEC.
No, I know, but I know they weren't exciting that. But they're a very young team, and with repetition, I think Calipari is going to have them ready to play in this tournament. I think they're going to beat Purdue. I do. I'm going with the bloodline. I'm going with the blue blood. I'm going.
Yeah, I think it's been a Cinderella year. And I think Virginia Tech is the team no one sees coming, although you could be right with the St. Mary's of the worlds and others. What was the other one?
Virginia Tech handled Duke handily. Yeah,
so I like Virginia Tech. I like them to get to the at least onto the Elite Eight. I have them going to the Final Four, and I realize that's ambitious. I wanted to put Tennessee in the Final Four, but thanks to the way the committee
you know what? It's a shame. It's a shame that all these Tennessee people are whining.
Well, no,
because they got a good team. Who cares where you're seated? They got a good team. You play the team they put in front of you. That's what you do. And I'm gonna break the anticipation right now. I got Tennessee winning the whole freaking thing.
Do you really?
I do. I have Tennessee winning the whole freaking thing because they are long and they get second and third chances. They dominate the offensive boards.
Yeah, and the guard plays there, and the 3-point shooting is there. I love it. I go back and forth on this.
And it's a shame. That's why. And you get Tennessee people are whining about it. Just shut up and play.
Well, what I'm saying is, I had Tennessee going to the Final Four, and then Nick and I.
Oh, you can't listen to Nick.
At Arizona, they look good. Nick called them the silent two all year long. And
if not for aggravating his sisters and coming down for dinner, Nick's locked in his room somewhere. Who knows what he's doing up there? The heck knows.
You guys should switch back to Tennessee.
He's switching back, Nick is?
I'm going to switch back to Tennessee.
Okay. All right, so here's what I got. I got Gonzaga, Duke in the Elite Eight, and I got UCLA, Kentucky. Who do you got? You got Tech and Purdue.
I'm trying to figure out how I get back to this screen now.
So you got to print it out like I do.
I know. Well, because I have it on the. All right, so I have Gonzaga, Virginia Tech in the Final Four, and I have Gonzaga advancing to the championship. I have just made the switch. You're right. I'd rather lose a bracket than not do it. Okay. Now I have Tennessee beating.
Who do you have in the?
I have Gonzaga beating Tennessee 83-79 in the national championship.
Okay, but you're jumping way ahead. Oh, we're not even in the East yet. What?
Y'all are jumping around all over the place.
All right.
We're trying to follow.
We haven't done the South and the Midwest. Do you want to take?
Who do you have in the Elite Eight in the West?
The West.
All right.
There's going to be one game in the Elite Eight. You're going to have a game in the West, a game in the East.
Texas Tech.
Okay, you got Gonzaga Tech. I got Gonzaga Duke. And then who do you got winning that game? The Gonzaga? You got Gonzaga. I have UCLA, Kentucky. I have UCLA advancing. Okay.
That could happen.
So you and I have Gonzaga and UCLA in the Final Four. You have Gonzaga and Texas Tech in the Final Four.
Virginia Tech.
or Virginia Tech, correct?
Yeah,
There
correct.
you go.
That's
Okay.
a check.
Teddy, what do you think of all that? Where you stand on all that? I know you look puzzled. You look you're
Really,
contemplating.
I like Purdue in the
Well,
East.
it's because of Indiana. It's Indiana in you.
Yeah, because
It's Indiana in you.
they're gonna beat Yale, of course, and then they're gonna play who is it? Murray State. They're gonna win.
You know, the other interesting toss-up
Put
is
your money on it.
this was interesting because you're usually the Pac guy, the Conference of Champions.
Well, let's get over the. I got UCLA in the Final Four.
I know, and I went USC.
Well, I liked them last year when you had both the Mobley brothers. Now you only got one. Now you only got one. So if they couldn't win with two Mobleys, they're definitely not going to win with one Mobley. Two Mobleys are better than one.
Making some convincing arguments. And then I've got Arizona, Tennessee, and Tennessee advancing. And here's the one I got.
Let's go all the way. Let's go to the first round, March 19th and 20th, in the South.
In the South,
Arizona. And I guess what's the score of this Wright State game?
Well,
Wright State's winning.
It's looking like Wright State, 64-57 with 13 to go. But
okay, so of course everybody's got Arizona winning that. Okay,
yes.
now how about this one? These are the tough games, the 8s versus 9s.
This next one, I love TCU, but go ahead.
I got TCU in that because I hate Seton Hall. They cannot score points. Seton Hall, one game, they had 13 points at halftime.
TCU is a
it's like watching a biddy ball game here in New Orleans over
at
Joe Brown.
And they rebound. They rebound. They shoot threes. They got great guard play. They got what I look for in the tournament. Houston, UAB. Here's where we're going to part ways.
Teddy. UAB, Houston. You said you liked the UAB, didn't you, Ted?
No, you said that. I said that was probably your sleeper.
No, they can't.
That's what I was just guessing. I don't know. I don't know nothing about UAB.
I got Houston beating UAB. You do too, Michael?
I do, but I think it's going to be closer than we think and closer than we want. Chattanooga, Illinois. Here we're going to part ways. I know. If you put Chattanooga, I'm going to leave the room. Did you really?
No one's got Chattanooga.
I got Chattanooga.
Nobody has. Believe me, nobody has Chattanooga.
I have Chattanooga as my upset special. That's a 13-4, and the line I love to choke. I love.
This is a tough game in the South in the first round. That's Colorado State and Michigan. Colorado State is a 3-point machine. But I don't know. I gotta go with Michigan. I gotta go with Michigan.
I didn't hesitate. Colorado State.
Really?
Yeah, I like Colorado State.
No kidding. Well, I'm going with Michigan on that.
I know respect, and then I got Tennessee over Longwood, of course, and then I think this is the interesting one. I didn't hesitate a split second on this. I won Loyola of Chicago. I absolutely did.
No way.
In fact, Loyola of Chicago is the favorite right now in the betting line. They're favored by 1.
Are they really?
Yes.
I still like Ohio State.
I guess it's by seeding. It's an upset. I don't even see it as an upset, and nor does it Las Vegas. And then Villanova or Delaware easy.
Villanova, obviously. Kansas, obviously. What do you got between Iowa and Richmond? A lot of people like Richmond.
I wanted to do Richmond, but I went with Iowa. I mean, I just they came together at the end of that tournament.
No, I was good. I think I was very good.
You just can't check out that quick. No, I like Iowa against Richmond. I like Providence against South Dakota State.
Now, there we go. That is my upset special.
Oh, I knew I said this.
South Dakota State. Yes.
South Dakota State.
Yes. I watched two complete. I watched 2 complete games that they played. I watched the whole game twice, and I love South Dakota State. I love them. I love them to win that
Providence. All right. LSU, Iowa State. What LSU shows up without a coach?
I couldn't.
Who is going to coach?
I don't know.
I don't have to have a coach, right?
It really doesn't matter because whoever wins is going to get pounded by Wisconsin.
I think John Bell Edwards is the coach.
I went to LSU, so I want to roll Tiger. Wisconsin, Colgate. I don't think anybody sees a Ivy League upset here.
I got Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
All right, how about this one? This is a tough one. This is a first round tough game.
Miami, right?
Miami. I got Miami.
I got USC.
I got Miami.
And
then Auburn is a definite winner in Jackson State. Okay.
I agree.
All right. So now we got a TCU, Arizona. What do you like to go to the Sweet 16? I mean,
I love Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona is very, very good. But I like Arizona. I got Arizona going all the way. I already gave that away.
We got Houston, Illinois.
I have Houston beating Chattanooga. You have them beating Illinois.
I have Houston winning
Colorado
again.
State. You have going, right?
What about Michigan? You got Colorado State, Tennessee. I got Michigan, Tennessee. Either way, Tennessee advances. I've already blown my hand.
And I have Villanova beating Loyola of Chicago. You just have them beating.
Oh, we didn't talk about San Diego State, Creighton.
Ohio State.
San Diego State, Creighton.
Yeah, I got San Diego State in that one.
You got San Diego State? I got Creighton in that one.
Do you?
Yeah, and then I got Kansas beating Creighton. Iowa, South Dakota. I got South Dakota beating Iowa. Who do you have? You got. We both have Iowa State, Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, I have LSU.
You picked
Wisconsin.
LSU?
Yeah, I'm just pure. I went there.
Okay. Well, I still like
Wisconsin. I mean, you're sending a team that's been inconsistent all year with no coach. I mean, it should be a disaster, but
Miami, Auburn.
Well, I have it Auburn and USC, and I have USC beating them. So maybe if you have Miami beating them, either way, we were right about Auburn being an early exit.
I have Auburn beating Miami and advancing to play Wisconsin.
They're going to really have to step up their game from the way they played in the SEC. That's for sure.
Okay. Arizona. I got Arizona, Houston. You got Arizona, Houston, right?
Talking to me or Teddy?
Well, Teddy, who you got? Arizona, Houston.
Teddy doesn't know what he is.
I mean, Arizona.
I have.
That's a chalk. That's a chalk horse.
I have Arizona playing Houston after Houston beats Chattanooga and Arizona beats TCU. So I don't know where you're at.
Okay. I've got Arizona winning. I got Arizona beating TCU. I've got Houston beating Illinois. And I've got Houston beating Arizona.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You think the silent two
is
leaving before the Sweet 16?
Yes. So I got Houston in the Elite Eight.
Somewhere Bill Walton is disgusted with you.
It's the Conference of Champions.
He hasn't been this upset since Patty Hearst bought the bank.
Can you take me down to Strawberry Fields? Nothing is real. It's the Conference of Champions. Okay. So now we've got Tennessee and Villanova. We both have that, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think, Teddy? Tennessee and Villanova. Now, these are two really good programs. Who do you like? Tennessee.
I really like Tennessee.
Yeah.
Because I just like Tennessee.
Any other year I'd take Villanova because they're always in it, but I'm taking Tennessee in that. So Teddy, I got Tennessee.
We'd love to have you, but both of you missed your windows. Homes are through the roof now, but we would love to have you here. Vic nailed it. I mean, the Volunteers are long. They reborn second, third, fourth chances.
Put back.
Guards that know how to move the ball. I will say, can I just, because we didn't do it earlier when we were talking about Tennessee, is there one chink in the armor? It might have been exposed in that game against Virginia Tech and the way they struggled against the zone. I'm sure that's what they're working on because that really threw them off. When they switched to the zone, they struggled to get the penetration. I think they'll solve that. And I've said all year long, that's a program. That's a team. That's a Final Four.
Yeah, they got a good coach.
Great coaching. So I love where this is headed. Kansas is the one I can't get my arms around. I love Lightfoot. I think he's a dominant player. I love Coach Self. I love everything about the program.
Now Lightfoot's off the reservation, isn't he? He lives on a reservation.
Yes, he
does.
I thought you were talking about
on a reservation.
He hurt his leg late in that game in the Big 12 championship, but I think he's going to be fine for the tournament.
That's not Gordon Lightfoot. Carefree Highway.
Oh, say can you see? Carefree
Highway. Don't you slip away.
I've got Kansas beating Iowa, and then I've got and I'm probably crazy for doing this. I should switch it to Wisconsin.
All right, here we go.
Right
You ready?
I did Wisconsin over USC.
You ready? Okay, here it is. Sweet 16 matchup, March 24th through the 25th. I've got Kansas and South Dakota State. I've got South Dakota State advancing to the Elite Eight.
Well, there's going to be
South Dakota State.
There's going to be somebody. I think it's Virginia Tech, and I think it might be USC. But
now they're one short of Mobley.
They're short of Mobley. You're making me want to change that one.
They're short of Mobley.
You're my Conference of Champion expert.
It's a Conference of Champions. Breathe deep, oh silent one. Conference of Champions. Okay, so I got South Dakota beating Kansas. Now Wisconsin, Auburn. You got probably Wisconsin, don't you?
No, I've got USC beating Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which I think
I got Auburn beating Wisconsin. I got Auburn going to the Sweet 16. Okay.
And then I've got Arizona and Tennessee in the Elite Eight. Boy, is that a great matchup.
Okay, so you got Houston playing Tennessee, right? Is that what you got? Oh, no. Arizona, Houston. I picked Houston over Arizona.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I picked Houston. I got Houston in the Elite Eight. I got Houston playing Tennessee and Tennessee advancing to the Final Four. I got Auburn beating South Dakota and Auburn advancing to the Final Four. And we've got two SEC teams in the Final Four.
According to you.
He's being
but not the experts. The experts don't say that.
No.
Because you can hit.
You got to pick some upsets.
I know, but you can. I'm just offering what the experts say.
Yeah, I'm the one that
they say Villanova is going to beat Tennessee.
Okay, well that's very possible.
I got 2 1 seeds in the Final Four. That's how strange I think this year is. I just don't know how you keep Kansas and Gonzaga out.
See, I only got one 1 seed in, and that's Gonzaga. All right, so now your Final Four is what, Michael?
I have Gonzaga, Virginia Tech, a 1 versus 11. I have Tennessee versus Kansas, a 3 versus 1, and I have Gonzaga and Tennessee advancing to the championship.
All right, I got Tennessee, a 3 seed, advancing to the Final Four. And then I have Auburn, who is a number 2 seed. So it's 2 versus 3 in Final Four. Tennessee versus Auburn. I got Gonzaga versus UCLA. And I've got the championship game, Gonzaga, Tennessee.
And the winner in the score is for the J. I've got, I switched it thanks to you, but I can't go all the way. I got Gonzaga beating Tennessee 83-79.
Okay, you got Gonzaga.
I have a 1 seed, an overall 1.
By the way, I think UCLA is going to give Gonzaga all they can handle in that Final Four matchup. I do. I think UCLA could very well get in, but you got to go with Gonzaga, and they're just Gonzaga. They got all these guys. They play together for 5 years. Nobody goes anywhere. You know what I mean? It's a real team. It's like how it used to be when you used to have to stay in college.
You couldn't. Yeah, I mean, in some cases, 5-year seniors. I mean, this is a veteran, very skilled team and well coached. Okay, but it's predictable in a very unpredictable year. That's the only thing that makes me unsettled. But could this be the year I'm wrong in Tennessee? Good old Rocky Top takes it. But you're here.
Always be.
We're watching in Elite. We're watching Sweet 16 Elite 8 weekend together, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. That'll be the 24th, 25th. I get to the 25th, so we're doing Elite 8s. We'll be doing some Sweet 16 and some Elite 8 and some Elite 8. It's gonna be all right. So the Final Four. I have Tennessee, Auburn, UCLA, Gonzaga. I have Gonzaga advancing to the championship game to play Tennessee. I got Tennessee winning the game in a track meet, 84-79.
Oh, from your lips to God's ears. Teddy, you have Fort Wayne, Indiana winning over Purdue.
Fort Wayne over Indiana. Yeah. Go Hoosiers.
Well, you'll be happy to know that we know Baker Mayfield is leaving Cleveland. He said goodbye and thanked the fans. All indications are he's going to I can't imagine it's Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's on the list. The Colts are very high on the list. If it's the Colts, I'm going to join you. We'll be Colt fans.
Well, I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. I have a Baker Mayfield t-shirt. The one with the headband. I think it's a shame the way that the Browns have treated him. I think he's played in a lot of pain. I think he's a gamer. Anybody that can get Baker Mayfield will be a better team because of it. I love Baker Mayfield. I hope he becomes a Saint. I really do.
Well, I think his eyes are on Indianapolis. Let me tell you something with Baker Mayfield. The Indianapolis Colts will be in the Super Bowl, if not win it with him next year. He'll be a final piece to that puzzle.
I just don't know why they're cutting bait on him. Now the Saints, it looks like they're about to lose Armstead, their left tackle, who's had problems staying on the field. And I guess he's waiting to see who the quarterback's going to be. Now, why would an offensive lineman? I mean, have you ever heard of such a thing? I mean,
people want to win, and you can't win without a.
You can't.
Have I ever heard of such a thing? No, but I mean, you can't win without a superstar quarterback, and that is a missing link in New Orleans. I mean, I can get that.
No doubt. I mean, I think the Saints are still in the Watson.
I do too.
Discussion, but if he's not, all right, there's going to be some kind of fallout, and there's going to be some quarterbacks available, like Baker Mayfield.
We had all that drama with Aaron Rodgers, even bought property right here in Franklin.
If Atlanta gets him, what are they going to do with Matt Ryan? If Watson goes to Atlanta, what are they going to do with Matt Ryan? He may be in the deal, huh? I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, so far, all the Aaron Rodgers, he stays put. All the Cousins, he stays put. Brady decides to come back. That's the biggest story.
It's a shocker.
It's crazy.
That's just a shocker.
So I think, Baker Mayfield comes into play because Wentz goes to Washington. So, game changer. What does that leave? Somebody's left out. Right now, Nick and I were talking about this earlier. It looks like the Steelers. I don't know where the Steelers think they're going with their future. What's that? Yeah, and then they got
Trubisky. They got Trubisky.
They got Haskins to back up Trubisky. You got, nobody. to follow up Big Ben. So, some people are going to get left out in this. I don't think the Colts are.
I think Trubisky's better than you think.
Serious about winning a Super Bowl. And now, I think the Colts will not be left out. They're going to grab somebody. They are not.
Well, they got that running back,
Yeah, well, they got that too. That's my guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Taylor.
Yeah. No, his name is what's his name?
Colts running back, Nick. Our guy. What is it?
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor.
Didn't I say Taylor?
No.
What did I say?
I don't know. You said
brain injury, brain fart. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor. So anyway, we're gonna have to see what happens with the Saints. So what we're gonna do. We'll have to get Doug Mouton on, Teddy, and see what he thinks. Remember the sports director at Channel 4? We've had him on before. He'll probably give us some insight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Should we try to call
Michael was on that night. Weren't you on that night?
No, I wasn't that night.
No.
Should we try to call him? I got this new phone. I probably don't even have his number now. I used to have it.
This is what you do. You just stalk people live.
Yeah. See, I don't have his number anymore. I have to go on my computer and load it in here or something.
Is Teddy still the executive producer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Executive producer.
Oh, I am?
Well, yeah.
Teddy, what do you think of the way the king of podcasts sounds? That I coordinated all the purchase of his microphone processing.
This is my new microphone.
I think he loves it. That's why he's so close to it. He's eating.
Well, you got to talk in the side of it. You got to jump. Ooh, I'm over here. Oh, no, I'm over here.
Well, he says he needs a little processing to go along with it.
A little punch.
A little more punch.
All right. Well, Michael, you have to talk to management. Make sure they start running the promos.
Billboards are up. They were painted this morning. Concluded, and these are painted, not rolled. And I think the promo will start early next week. We're looking forward to it.
The lighting over there at your place looks fantastic, by the way.
Well,
it's fantastic.
That's what we're going to do next.
Teddy, what do you got planned for the March Madness? I know the games start tomorrow. They'll be on all the networks tomorrow, right? There'll be a bunch of games on, correct?
Yeah.
I might watch a few. I don't know. I don't usually watch it.
Memphis is an early game. Just a couple heads up.
11 o'clock is the Memphis game.
Podcast is also my brother. Yeah, Memphis is early. And then I think Tennessee is 12:45.
Yeah, see, I tried to get all my work done this month because I got to take the rest of the month off. I mean, I'm going to be watching TV now.
I got to hand it to college basketball every year. It's got magic for us. It really is. It's a fun ride. I think we saw in the conference tournaments that we're probably going to have a lot of surprises, but there's some really great
there
basketball.
She is. There she goes.
She's closing my doors.
There goes Hazel.
That was Hazel.
Yeah, that was Hazel. All of her majesty.
Well, what I want to know, Vic, is are you going to land us a couple tickets for the Final Four?
Well, I'm working on that. They're really expensive. Let me tell you what happens. I was telling Michael this. A lot of the alumni from these schools, especially the chalk schools, they're buying all these tickets, and if for some reason they get
not
upset,
around, they'll be available. Yeah,
they'll be available on StubHub. So I'm kind of waiting for it. But the tickets where I want to sit, they're outrageous. Because I'm not sitting way up in the rafters. Well, basketball is the one sport where you got to sit in a good seat. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go. Yeah, and then we still have the vaccine issue here, which I'm not vaccinated, but they're supposed to lift that on the 21st. The Final Four is April 1st through the 4th. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
So they had a Final Four last year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
not the year before.
Yeah,
but last year, but they didn't have any fans, right?
No, I think last year they had fans. It was the year before they didn't have fans.
I thought it was Indianapolis.
They canceled it the year before.
Yeah,
they only canceled it 1 year. Last year they played. Did they have fans, Michael? I don't remember.
It was in Indianapolis.
It's wasn't it?
They played all the games in Indianapolis.
They played in the bubble. That's right. They did.
Bubble.
That's right. Yeah. I was afraid they were going to do that this year. But let me just say this, okay, and somewhat closing. The fact that this tournament is so popular is because, you start with 64 teams. It's this big tournament. You get a chance for upsets. And this should be a lesson to college football. How big would college football be if they went to like a 12 team? Like a 12 team.
Yes, exactly.
And they should play 10 regular season games like they used to, just 10 regular season games. And then you go to a 12 team tournament. And then you can have this kind of it would be so huge. It'd be the biggest thing in the history of sports.
Nick did his term paper on this, and I think I'm the one that spurred the idea. Keep this in mind, too. None of these other bowl games matter anymore.
They're all exhibition games.
I mean, to me, the final decision maker is bowls don't mean anything. Nobody cares about them. The players don't even play for them. You might as well extend the tournament to create the bowl value and multiple game value and give people the magic like that. Now, I will say this in defense of staying pure. I haven't felt like there have been but one or two times since we've gone to the BCS system where somebody might have got left out. And last year was one of them because as well as I do, Notre Dame would have been far better moving on than trying to give a smaller school a chance like Cincinnati. But, I think if you extend it, you take away that ever happening. You give meaning to multiple bowl games again because they lack it. And you open the door for the magic because I don't know if we're allowed to say it. I think it's only when it's paid for promotional, but March Madness, it's because we can always count on magic. We can count on madness. We can count on Cinderellas, and we can count on champions rising to the top. But you got to have the games and the volume and get everybody involved. I think in football, you're right. I don't think you have to go much deeper than 12, but why not? At least there's 6 bowl games that matter, and then you get 3 more after that as it progresses.
Yeah, right now, what do you got? You got 2 games that matter. Wait, what? No, you have 3 games? How many? You got 3 games.
2. You have the semifinal and the 2 semifinal games, and then the finals, and then everything else is, well, maybe
that's 3 games. That's 3 games. Yeah. So if you went to 12 teams, you'd have how many games that?
You'd have 6, matter? And you'd have 3. No, how about
9?
Unless you had a bye, I guess you could have a bye in that system. Yeah, if you went 12,
no, there's no buys. There's no buys. You one plays 12. That's all.
So you'd have, but that would give you an odd number, right? No, you have 6 games, 3 games,
9 games, 10 games,
10 games.
You'd have 10 meaningful games rather than 3 because you went from 4 to 12. Right. Yeah. But no matter what they do, nothing beats the magic of March Madness. Nothing does. Teddy, what do you think of that? You agree with that?
I tend to agree with you on that. Yes, absolutely.
How about a designated hitter in the National League? How's that going to sit with everybody?
I kind of like it.
You do?
Is that's starting this year?
This year.
Oh, wow.
So much for tradition on that front.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to find my music, but I can't find it. So,
I'd like to close with this. Vic's always been a big fan of Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant got a 7-year deal in Colorado for $180 million, Nick? $182 million. We just had this whole lockout, and then the owners come and spend $180 million on
Chris Bryant.
His first 7 years were a disappointment. Who thinks the next 7 are going to be any better?
Well, I still have a Pacific Coast League baseball. I was watching the Iowa Cubs were playing the Zephyrs the day before they brought Chris Bryant up, and I caught a foul ball, and I actually have it on video. Me filming him, his last at bat in the minor leagues, and here comes the ball right at me, and I caught it. Unbelievable.
So he's got $182 million, and you've got his foul ball from.
I got the foul ball, and Boo Boo Wesley takes it and throws it in the mud. He's got it. It's like
it's all about that.
You can do whatever you want.
We think he's a moneymaker. That guy.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Michael. Hope you all enjoyed it, and Teddy, great input. I think you have a lot of
So glad you could let me be here. Thank you very much.
You have a lot of foreknowledge. We'll see you next time. All Over the Road, the podcast. Thank you, Michael. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week.
Bye-bye, everybody.